Well, if you get frequent headaches, it's time to take a good look at what may be causing them. So today we are joined by Dr. Alex Bingham from Novocur Pain Management Clinics, and he's here to talk about the triggers and the tension of migraine headaches. And I'm curious, you could have had that before we before we started the segment. You got some ice cream over here.
You want some?
I do, actually. Give it over here. What's this for?
Okay, so there's a new study that's out that shows that if you're somebody who gets frequent brain freezes, you know, you drink or eat cold stuff and it causes that brain freeze, your head to hurt really bad, you're much more likely to get a migraine headache.
I thought everybody, I mean, kids get brain freeze.
Yeah, sometimes they do, but if you're somebody who gets it very easily, the mechanism is similar, and what it's doing is it's cooling the blood in an artery that's just above your palate in your mouth at the base of your brain. And what that's doing is your body recognizes that, oh my goodness, this blood is getting cold, it's cooling the brain, and it opens up that blood vessel and starts to pump more blood into the brain, which then increases the pressure in the brain cavity, causing pain. And so it's really a similar cause. They're making this connection that it's a blood flow issue that causes migraine headaches, and it may be the same artery, but different mechanism that's causing the blood dilation to happen. And usually it's problems originating in nerve supply that innervates that blood vessel.
Okay, well, how can we tell the difference between a migraine and a tension headache?
Okay. I brought a great graphic, and they're going to throw that up here, and it's going to show basically the pattern of pain is different. So we see here's somebody suffering from a sinus type headache on the very left-hand side, and you can see how it really causes pain in the frontal sinuses on the forehead and the maxillary sinuses on the cheekbones. Then we see cluster headaches, another common type of headache and really the most painful type of headache. Usually almost always you feel like it's behind the eye. Okay. And then we have a tension type headache, almost always feels like a band that goes around the forehead and sometimes all the way around the back of the head. Migraines are almost always going to be one-sided, and usually it's going to be on the top of the head or on the forehead. Usually it's not going to involve the face like that is illustrating there.
My guess is if you have a migraine, you know it. It's probably like nothing that you've ever had before, right?
You know, sometimes it can be hard to distinguish between a tension type headache and a migraine type headache, so you really have to be aware of the pain pattern.
Are there triggers for a tension headache?
Yeah, well, they call
so we can avoid them?
Yeah, they call it tension headache because usually it's brought on by stress or tension. It could be physical or it could be emotional type tension or stress, but usually that causes the muscles on the back of the neck to increase in their tone or tightness, and that begins to pull on the back of their head, causing pain. And now migraines can be triggered by different things. It can be by many different types of food sensitivities. It can be
light, I hear, right?
Light. Well, once the headache begins or onsets, light can definitely be a factor in it. Now, here we have some nerve supply. This is showing the nerve supply. The occipital nerves on the back of the head are generally what we're going to treat for somebody that has almost any of these types of headaches that we've been talking about here today, the migraine, the tension, the cluster type headaches. Also, we have another image of some other nerves. This is the trigeminal nerve that comes out and innervates most of the face. What's interesting is that these two sets of nerves, there's no real connection that we know of. Right. But when we as pain physicians treat somebody that has any of these types of headaches, we're going to be treating those nerves that we showed just before in the back of the head. Okay. There is some connection that we're not really aware of. There's something when those occipital nerves on the back of the head are lit up or irritated, it makes these nerves on the face somehow more easily irritated. So there's some connection that we're not really aware of, but any of these types of headaches, we're going to treat by treating these nerves right here, the occipital nerves. We're going to do it with an injectable type of a treatment where we're going to inject some local anesthetics with some type of an anti-inflammatory, usually some type of a steroid. Now at Novocur Pain Management Clinics, we also offer a non-steroidal type of medication as well. But it's amazing at when we can block those nerves, how we can immediately diminish the frequency of these types of headaches, all of these types of headaches, as well as the intensity of the pain.
Well, knock on wood, I'm not one to get headaches, but from the people that do get the headaches, you want relief and you want it fast. So if you're one of those people, then you need to go ahead and get a hold of our doctor at Novocur Pain Management Clinics. They have 2 locations in the Valley. He's been coming on here for months and everyone just loves him. We're just getting rave reviews. For more information, you can visit Novocur.com or you can call them at 480-855-NOVO, which is 6686. Again, 855-6686. We also love him because he brings us ice cream. You're leaving this, right?
It's all yours.
Okay, thank you.
Stephanie's going to fight you for it, though.
Yes.